Hi, I'm John Molesky, host of Dialogue. Thanks for joining us. We're on the set of Dialogue, where we just completed a taping with Michael Adler. Michael is a reporter who's here at the Wilson Center on a project as a scholar, and he just traveled to Istanbul to cover the meetings between Iran and nations of the United States and its allies, talking about the Iranian nuclear program. And Michael, welcome back. And I want to ask you about this tone change that occurred in Istanbul, where everybody came out with bouquets of flowers for each other, and it's seemingly things have taken a positive turn. How important is that? Is it more than symbolism?
Oh, it's much more than symbolism. It's very important for the simple reason that it means they're going to keep talking to each other. So before there had been a lot of...
Versus storming off in a huff like they did the last time.
Not storming off in a huff, but saying, I'll only talk to you if you suspend all sanctions and if you unconditionally recognize our right to enrich. And the other says, hey, that was kind of where we wanted to end up in terms of carrots and sticks, so we're not going to talk to you about it because we want to talk about confidence-building steps, and then there's no discussion. And then there's 15 months of no talks at all. There's an atmosphere internationally where there is talk from Israel of an attack on Iran. It seems we're in a rush to war. That got diffused when President Obama and Prime Minister Netanyahu from the United States and Israel agreed on March 5th that there would be room for diplomacy and an attempt at diplomacy. And then you had the actual meeting. Can there be diplomacy? When people sit down and talk reasonably to each other, when the two sides don't rule out talking about the nuclear issue, when Iran doesn't rule out talking about the nuclear issue, you have the beginning of what is hopefully a sustained process of genuine discussion.
Speaking of that era of, that recent era of saber rattling that was diffused, if we had this discussion 6 or 8 months ago, we might be speculating on how quickly bombings might occur. It seemed that tense for a while.
It's amazing. If we had had this discussion in February, it would have been wow, things look like they're getting out of hand, and the Israelis don't usually talk before an attack, but maybe this time it's different. And then on March 5th, everything changes.
What, did anything substantive change in that time? In other words, if there was a build to what felt like an imminent impulse for attack, what are those reasons that an attack was feeling necessary still in play?
No, they're absolutely still in play. But what you get is that instead of Israel saying we've reached an untenable situation where Iran is entering a zone of immunity, where they'll be immune from any attack, where they can hide their nuclear work, and if we don't act now, we won't be able to act at all. We've moved to a situation where the United States has assured Israel, one, that it retains the sovereign right to act if it feels it needs to, and two, that the United States is committed to preventing Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, and three, look at the data, look at what Iran is doing. There still is time, a limited amount of time, but still time before they get the ability to break out and cannot be stopped for us to try to find a diplomatic solution.
And the next round of meetings in Baghdad, you have your hotel rooms booked?
Not yet.
But moving.
Working on my visa.
Okay. Well, good luck, and we'll look forward to speaking to you when you return.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
If you'd like to hear more from Michael and about the Iranian nuclear crisis, check us out on the web at wilsoncenter.org. And when you find the tab for Dialogue Radio and Television, you can click your way through to this complete 30-minute discussion with Michael. Thanks.